What is up, everybody? We are live, day 15 of the challenge. Man, this challenge been flying by. All right, so just to kind of give you an update on what's happened in the challenge. I have a house under contract. I had one of my deal finders bring it to me as I made the pivot, and so that's exciting. I got a couple other leads that I'm following up with, and basically at this point, after you've established, your buyers, after you've established your understanding of the market, whether you're in a specific market like Atlanta that we're doing on this challenge, whether you know how to do other areas. The goal is just to prospect, to find deals, to make offers. But yeah, so let me see. We're having this. But yeah, so hey, let's go. Welcome everybody again to the challenge, and welcome. Joe's saying, one of my guys, Joe's saying he's having a hard time finding the call. It's under the announcements in the Discord. Do you see it? Let's see. Let me get my people. Let me get them in the link. Good to see you. If you're coming in, just comment where you're at. Let's see. Joe. Jernigan. Let's see. Joe. See if we get Frosty. Here's the link. Let's see. Welcome. Everyone that's coming on in, come on in. Let's learn a lot today. Let's get it. Yo, did you found the link? No problem.
Yeah, for some reason it just didn't have a notification. So there were a couple other notifications, but for some reason that one didn't
Weird.
show.
Okay, no worries. So on this live, I'm just bringing you on here, but normally what we'll do is yo, Nick, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Nick? How's it going, man?
Yeah, so I'm just letting you guys know I've kind of restructured things to make it a little easier to navigate like everything in the morning when we do our calls that we get on and get rolling for the day. So in the Discord under the VIP mentorship area, pretty much every call we do is going to have its own voice channel. That's where I'm at right now. I just jumped into it, but yeah, all you have to do is end it. But yeah, if you ever see me in a channel, it's because we're about to hop in and do a call. So is that I thought that would be easier if we all just went through Discord in the future, so we don't have like different links going on.
That's easier, honestly.
So on Mondays, we have what's called the KPI review. So KPIs are the key, guys. Like as I'm doing this challenge, I'm noticing as I'm track of my numbers, and I'll be real, like I haven't kept track of my numbers perfectly, but I'm like, dang, no wonder I'm not hitting as much, like because I'm not putting in enough numbers, right? Like I'm not putting in enough effort because this is complete numbers game. So one thing I want to do with you guys is just like stress how important it is, but also on Mondays, like we'll review how you did. So there's a KPI sheet that's specifically like necessary for you guys to fill out every week, and this is for anyone that watches too. Extremely important to track your effort, because if you don't, you think you're doing more than you are. So right here, I got this KPI tracker for you guys. All you have to do is fill out daily, what you do. And if it's embarrassing, if you're like, oh man, I ain't doing nothing, like you got to be real with yourself, right? So all you got to do is, track what you're doing, the KPIs you're doing, and then you got to put it in at the end of the week into let's see, into this spreadsheet. So right here, this is given to me by Sean Terry, who's a beast. And this is how he tracks his KPIs, and he has it like every week he checks it in, and you can see if your team is on track, if they're hitting these numbers of 25 leads they're getting a week, making 250 calls, they should be with the skill sets of making offers and being on top of their leads. They should be hitting these goals. So that's the cool thing about the KPIs. They don't lie. So when you get a coach or you get a mentor, really all they should do is teach you how to do the things and then hold you accountable to hitting it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you guys have access to all this. And for people that are watching, if you're not keeping track of your KPIs, then you will always struggle to be like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know why I'm not hitting my getting results. Because if you have KPIs, and let's say everybody, like every week you're hitting these numbers and your expectation is two close a month, a week. If you stay consistent and you're not hitting that, then it's like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm hitting numbers. Why am I not getting the results? Then you'd be like, well, I'm not getting the results because maybe I suck at closing, or I don't have the right buyers, or I don't, I don't have a good process. Then you're able to determine a little easier what's going on. Okay. Cool. So just want to let everyone know that. All right. So let's go right into this challenge. We got some people on the Facebook saying, let's go. Good to see you. Who's LRS Property Solutions? Who's that? Hey, what's going on? Who's LRS Property Solutions? I don't even know.
This is William Sims. Joined in a Facebook group.
Oh man, how'd you get in? How'd you get this link?
I just got the link sent to me. I'm in the Discord.
Oh dang, I guess everyone got it then, huh? I don't mind you being here, but it's supposed to just go for the mentorship members. But hey, it's all good, man. You welcome today.
Well, I appreciate it, and I value all the information that you can provide.
Hey, let's get it today. So, Joe, before we dive really deep into the challenge, I guess we can talk real quick about what I was gonna have you do. So, let's so Fridays, if you're available at that time, huh? To do those calls. Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on. I think I might get you.
Here, my bad. I'm good now.
Okay.
No, I'm good. Friday's good.
Okay. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I can be on that first one with you, but really like all it is you go on there and I would just go over like the basics of, to be honest, there's so many things. So I can give you kind of like an outline of what to go over, but is there anything specific you feel like, you'd like to teach, or like go over that you feel like would be helpful for beginners or people in the mentorship?
Yeah, I feel like the two things that are talked about a lot, and I don't know, maybe Nick and William still on, like y'all, maybe y'all can like kind of give feedback what your thoughts are as well, because I feel like the two things that are talked about the most is number one, like you said, as somebody that's newer, we just always don't know what we're looking at. So a lot of times that's half the battle is getting that experience. So probably one thing I guess would be maybe the practical side of just showing a lot of comping, just going to different areas and just kind of comping over and over and over again, just give people that practice, that live practice, saying like, this is like how you're comping, this is what this looks like. And then I guess the second thing that would jump out at me, or I'm sure a lot of other people do it too, but two people I follow, you and Jerry, just one that what's really helped me out with y'all is the actual live seeing y'all, talk to people, actually live doing the process, because doing a training or reading something gives you the general idea, but it's just like with this challenge, like, to see you actually go through it. It's not just like, okay, here's these 3 steps that take about 30 seconds to read and it's done. Like you see,
Right.
like, there's all the little things that go into it. And so I think we definitely want to keep it, simple, but maybe it would just be like that. Cause I know basically what my process is every day, now is just grabbing my on market leads in my market. It really is actually fortunately got it down pretty quick, and just grab those leads, and then just make those calls. And following you and Jerry, like, it's really, the more I've done it now, it's really pretty much just follow you, but you've helped me condense that process instead of wasting so much time. To now it's just grab those leads and go ahead and call the agent. So treating it, even though they're on markets, I treat them just like they're an off-market deal.
Right.
I don't do any analysis beforehand. I just call the agent and just ask them, like, hey, tell me about this property. What's going on? Hey, what do you think a rehab is? What do you think an ARV is? And then if I'm I try to be pretty present. So like as I'm looking at other stuff as I'm talking to them, but I don't spend a lot of time like trying to comprehend anything while I'm talking to them. And
Right.
to be honest, like a lot of times I'll have a general idea based on what they're saying. I'm like, well, based on kind of what you're saying, what we're thinking, I'm probably going to be pretty low. So I'm probably not the right buyer here, but let me look at these numbers a little deeper. What do you think I'm looking at everything as a rental now as well. So anyway, the whole point is just seeing y'all's process and you do things live has helped me condense down to where now I'm just making calls and I'm not wasting time analyzing deals that when I call an agent, they don't even answer. I don't even ever talking to anybody.
Exactly, man. And I think that's what's really important is like when people are new in beginning, anyone that's watching this, you waste a lot of time. And what you see on this challenge is I'm like, I don't have a lot of time, man. I go live for I got an hour today because I got I got to do a presentation, a mastermind group I'm in. So I'm always busy. So I don't have time to comp something that someone might answer the phone, or I don't have time to mess around with an agent that doesn't like wholesalers. I don't have time for a seller who is being difficult with me because I have other things to do. Like yesterday, Henry brought me what's it called? Henry brought me a lead, and immediately the guy was like giving me lip, and I'm like, I ain't got time for this, bro. We ain't doing a deal if you can give me lip. And I actually have that call, and usually like I feel like, because I have this experience, I feel like this is a waste of my time, right? I feel it. So I don't push that hard. Normally I would dive into it like a conversation, ask some good questions, but this guy was like, what do you want? Like, what do you want for it? And so you got to it's building that muscle. And the only way to build the muscle and to learn is take action and do it and learn. And that's it.
Yeah. That's what's been huge for me. And to your point too, from you and Nathan Valley both, I think that was one of the subtle things that I shifted from when I first started following Jerry and to start making those calls. Like I've never had an issue doing that. But what I would do is I was so focused on man, I've got to make this offer, that I wasn't really building a relationship there at all. And so now I've shifted it and it's just like an off market. Like you said, if I immediately feel like an agent, they're just shut down. You can tell, like you said, it's like, I'm not trying to force an offer just to get an offer. Like a lot of times, like I still go through a couple questions, but if they're dry and not giving me anything and they're just, yep, nope, then it's just pretty much, you know what? Hey, I appreciate your time. I'm going to take a look at these numbers. What's the best way to stay in touch with you? And then move on. Cause you can tell they don't want to work with you.
Exactly. You can't force everything. That's whether it's an agent on market or off market, you can't force anything for sure. Yeah. So if that's one thing that you've learned, that's awesome. So Nick, just to let you know, I asked Joe to do like a student-led coaching every Fridays, because I'm trying to get us doing more activities where like you're all implementing instead of just watching. Because again, watching and reading is good, but taking action is the best. So Joe's going to be doing that every Friday, and we'll give everyone opportunities to take action like that too. So that's awesome. Yeah. And Joe, I would say everything you just said, the implementation of, running the comps, all that stuff is great. So if you do all that, perfect. Cool. So does that, I think we have a clear idea of what you would do. You would go over comps, you would make calls, and you would kind of give those basics. And
I think it's just a repetition of that, showing people that. And I mean, what are your thoughts, Nick? Does that seem to make sense to you as somebody newer as well, that like those are the things that really help you grow or make sense of this process?
Yeah, it's definitely, the implementation, I still every day think I have analysis paralysis, I'll be like, oh wait, I should go watch a video on this before I take an action. I'm always back and forth with like, oh man, maybe I need to go watch another video on this before I do anything. And then by the time I, watch the video, I'm like already losing the deal and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that, bro. Like I get it. Like sometimes people feel like they'll mess up, but really you can't mess up in this game. Like there's so many steps. I guess you can mess up, but you can't you're not going to be in trouble. Like I think a lot of people feel like if they make a mistake, maybe they can get in trouble, like legally they can do something that like might offend somebody. But like there's so many ways to you have to go through that. It's going to be fine. Like if you fill out the wrong information on a contract, for example, the title company will 99% of the time they'll be like, hey, you didn't fill this out right. So like there's a lot of things that are there like buffers to help you to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, Joe, great. And Nick, that's awesome. And that's why I was talking about KPIs when we first got started, because really if you write down, okay, how many calls did I do today? And at the end of the day, you're like, wow, I did 5.
Yeah.
Then it makes sense. You're like, oh, dang, no wonder. No wonder I'm not hitting my goals. And that's why, again, in this challenge, I had to get Zishan, I had to get Henry, I had to bring in some other people, because I don't have the time to make as many calls as you need to hit a deal in 30 days. I'm not gonna like fluff this up for anybody. You need to make 5 offers a day or around there. To I don't know why my camera's not zooming in, it's getting blurry, but you need to do 5 offers a day. How do you get 5 offers out a day? Well, that's a lot of calls, right?
Yeah.
that doesn't really happen unless you have a team or you're going to town. And you can text and you can just act like those are offers, but we all know agents, they don't take that serious, especially if you're sending out a low offer.
That is a big deal. Real quick on that, like that's one thing I did notice was like at one point to try to save time. That's what I was doing is I would go through and I'd either like text or email like a bunch of agents, like a bunch of different deals, a bunch of ones that I had analyzed, and like I said, you just really don't get any response. Like there's no building a relationship. I think that's the biggest mindset shift. Is like I just try to focus on now like the reason I'm doing this and I'm going on market is because my whole point is to build relationships, and I am getting to that point now where it's starting to kind of pay off. One, because I'm coming across the multiple agents, so I'm able to really start building those relationships, and people are even sending me stuff now. It's still numbers aren't quite there yet, but it's good because I'm also finding other buyers and finding other investors. I'm building that network, and that's what's important to me. As I know that even if it takes another couple of months for deals really even start to come, it's the consistency of like showing up every day and building those relationships so that those opportunities do start to come, and so that it starts to build on itself, right? You start to build that momentum.
100%. Yeah, it's all about relationships, because like a lot of people, like you said, when they get started, they might think it's like a numbers game in the sense where they just got to send out a ton of emails, ton of texts. Those don't carry a lot of weight with anyone, right? If someone were to text me an offer on my house, I would be like, I don't know who that is. So, and I probably wouldn't call back. But it's like the relationships where I can make a call to my buyer that I tell you guys with the painless wholesaling method. You get tight with buyers, you can make a call and immediately like, what's going on? And it's a great conversation. But if you call a buyer cold right now that you don't know and you try to give them a deal, I don't care if it's the greatest deal in the world. They might be skeptical because they don't know you, right?
Yeah.
So relationships are huge. So anything else, guys? Because I want to make some calls. I want to see if there's any JV opportunities. I want to kind of take action today. But is there anything else? You guys, any questions?
Nope.
I think this is good, so we can kind of break it down and be like, okay, what's going on in this challenge? How are things going? I do want to just show you guys really quick. Let's see, Joe, for your call, your call is going to be under the club community because I'm going to let the club come. Just going to be under student guided coaching call, and then all you have to do is before you you do your call, just go to the club chat and just at everyone. And just say, hey, guys, I'm going live. So just to let everyone know, yeah, I'm going live.
Cool. Okay, perfect.
Super simple. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's freaking get into it. Let me ask you guys, because there's so many different ways to get deals. Obviously, we can call some on market. I can look for JV deals. What do you guys want to see me try and do right now? Because I can do it all, and I think it all works if you do enough. But what would you like to see? Look for JV deals on market. What else? Call for sale by owners. What do you guys want?
For sale by owner would be interesting because I'm actually dealing with that one right now. I found one on Facebook a couple days ago.
Okay.
And the guy, I talked to him, good conversation with him. His mom passed away and it was her property. And he lives right next to it, so he wants to sell it. And he's just kind of doing it over Facebook Marketplace.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't think of Facebook Marketplace. I just thought of Zillow for sale by owner.
Yeah, actually, if you just check on Marketplace on Facebook and you just look up houses for sale, there's a ton of them on there.
Let's do it. Let's do that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joe? I didn't even think of that avenue. That's a good idea. Again, we're rocking with the free marketing at the moment. in this challenge. I did get a CRM to manage stuff. And guys, I think CRMs are so important. Like they do hold the contacts. Like you can have drips where you can, if you get an agent, you can put an agent in there and your CRM will automatically reach out to them. They'll email or text them just saying, hey, checking in. Do you have anything? So CRMs are important for sure. Joe, did you have anything you wanted to add? Oh, you're muted again, bro, for some reason.
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on. Yeah, for some reason I was trying to switch it to my laptop, but I don't think the mic was working. But yeah, no, that sounds good. Let's go for it.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Let's do it. All right, guys. So this is how the process for looking for deals on Facebook Marketplace. All right. So there's two ways to find for sale. Well, actually, there's three ways that I know of that. So you got Craigslist, you have Facebook, and you have Zillow. So real quick, let's just check Zillow. And if you have specific buyers in a specific area, then it is more effective to target that area than just to kind of go random. Because again, you run into the problem of like, okay, do I have a buyer there? Is it a dope area? Is that worth my time? So we are, because we have that hedge fund, and I know if I get a deal in Clayton County, I know if we get a deal in DeKalb County, or if we get one in Henry County. So we got the hedge fund that's buying out there. If you can find something that meets their criteria, they're all about it. So we're going to go here to, oh shoot, I needed a filter for sale by owner. Come on. Clayton County, DeKalb County. And then we have, what's it called? Henry County. Okay, the cool thing about for sale by owner on Zillow is you can filter for what you want. So we just want houses. We only want, we want anything above a 3.1. And we want anything above, let's see, 1,000 square feet to meet this hedge fund's criteria. That's what they want. And then the price they want for it to be a deal that usually works for them. They usually want it below 250. I think that really cuts our, our ability to do deals at that price, but you can still negotiate. So there you go. So you got these opportunities. There's 9 in the county that I'm in. So this guy right here, I already talked to him. He told me that he already sold it, but hey, it's still listed. So let's give him a call really quick and let's see. Maybe he maybe the buyer backed out. Let's give him a call. So it's not really rocket science when it comes to talking to sellers. It's just like, look, I'm looking for a property to buy. It needs to meet specific criteria. And then either I'm going to buy it, or if you're a wholesaler, you're going to sell it to a buyer you have. So I'm giving them a call. Maybe you can save it too.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic.
You'd have to log in to save it, but you could save it and just know that you've already made an offer on this one. Might as well. Why not? So I got that saved. So again, 2 calls. So I remember I called on this dude, but he was a wholesaler. Let's see. I also don't want to call on ones that have been flipped like this. Like, what would be the point of me getting this property unless yeah, I mean, this is tough, right? Because what's the play? It would be a rental, but I don't know if they'd sell it low enough for it to hit the 1% rule that the let's just call it. Why not? I need to stop playing around. All right. Let's call it, if we can get it down to around the 1% rule, if I make a cash offer, let me look at the details right here. So They looks like they bought it last year at 119 and they've tried to sell it 240. Nobody wants that. You know what I don't like is when they list it. This is actually on the MLS according to this, and they put it for sale by owner as well. That's annoying. I ain't trying to mess around with that. I don't like when they do that. Okay. Because this is actually listed. It looks like it's listed on the MLS, but whatever. Let's give them a call. Let's see what we can. Let's just have conversations, right? It's not so much about always locking up the deal. It's about networking, making relationships. Oh my gosh! Every time I call the number, it 404-600-0796. Come on. Okay, phone number doesn't work. Interesting. All right, let's check this one out. Okay, this one's probably a little bit better opportunity. It really depends. Again, this hedge fund is looking for rentals, so you want something to hit the 1% rule. If you don't understand what the 1% rule is, let me show you. So here is my trusted calculator. It does everything. So it's got wholesale, fix and flip, novation. It's got everything. So we want to see if it would hit the 1% rule. So here's an example. If I bought this house for what they were asking for, $249, and this thing rents out currently, according to Zillow, for $1,600, we're going to double check that, though. We're going to see what 4.2s are renting for in that area. Let's see. Just go switch it to for rent. There are no for rents in that area that meet this criteria. So hold on. Apply. Oh, here, there. Okay. So we're looking at 2,200. This is updated. Smaller. 3,900. Oh my gosh. All right. We only. Okay. Just from looking really quick, they go for around 2. Okay. So this house that we were looking at, if I can get this thing. Come on, go back. Oh gosh. If I can get this thing for around 200,000, it hit around the 1% rule. Because if you go here again to the math, if I can get this to, the rents are about 2,000, that's about the 10% rule. Even if I got it at 249, but I'd have to put money into it to rent it out for 2,000. So let's say in order to get it rent ready, I get it at 2,000. 200,000, and I put 20 into it. So yeah, that hits it, right? Okay. So if I get the 200,000, put 20 into it, rent it out for 2, that hits the numbers that they're looking for. So let's get it. Let's give them a call. 404-702-1879.
Hello?
Hi, my name's Nathan. I'm calling about the house in Decatur that's for sale.
Okay.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm calling about the house. It looks like it's it needs a little bit of updating. I'm an investor, but is this your personal residence or was this a rental that you used to have?
A rental.
Oh, it was a rental. Okay. And sorry, I kind of jumped right into this. I wanted to know, do you have a couple minutes to chat? I will have some questions for you.
Anything that is not written in the description or you can learn from the pictures?
Is there anything that are you asking me if there's anything that I have additional?
Yeah, it's a question regarding something that is not written already in the description, because a lot of people calling me and ask the same thing that I already put in the description.
I know.
So
I'm sure it's
ready. You understood, and you asked me just extra additional questions.
Yes, I'm sure it's very annoying, isn't it? Do you get a lot of calls on this property?
Tons of calls.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I like to just go straight to the point. You're an investor. I'm an investor. What's got you interested in selling this versus just keeping it? Because it looks like a great property.
I just have it for more than 10 years. I'm moving out of town, so I decided to sell.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm personally just looking for about to hit the 1% rule. Just if I can rent this thing out, I'm looking to just make a good return on my money. I'm sure that's probably what everybody that's calling you is trying to do as well.
Everybody knows that the 1% rules doesn't work anymore with today's market. It's for 2014 and not for today's.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look enough, you sometimes can find it. You just have to update properties in order to get there.
Decatur, yeah, not in this area. Maybe some war areas.
So, what were you renting this out for in its current condition before you stopped? 1800. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's pretty close. I mean, it looks like if I were able to update it, get it up remodeled, it probably could go for around 2,000 to or maybe 2,200.
Yeah.
Okay.
Possible. Yeah.
So for me to hit the 1% rule, or for it to make sense for me, I'd probably have to get this property around like 200,000, but I could pay cash for it.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to sell it for 200,000. I have better offers than that.
Okay. Well, I understand that. What's the lowest that you'd be willing to go, and I can run my numbers and see if it would make sense.
220 will be the lowest.
Okay, let me check. So
cash closing, no terms.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Said quick cash closing. I'm not doing owner financing or any other terms.
Yeah, they've probably been asking you to do that nonstop, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming you seem like a pretty savvy investor. Do you have multiple properties in the area?
I have 2 properties in the area.
Okay. Any other ones that you're looking to sell that I can take a look at?
I have the 1967 Glenmore Drive and the 2093 Belvedere Lane.
Okay, 2023. What was Bell?
2093 Belvedere Lane.
Okay. Let me see if I can spell it. Belvedere
Lane.
Okay, Belvedere. I see Belvedere Lane. You said?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Lane.
2093 Belvedere Lane.
2093 Belvedere Lane. Okay.
2093.
It looks. Is it a 3-1? 1,279 square feet.
Yes.
What would you want for that one? What's the lowest that you would sell this for cash? Easy.
225.
225. Okay. Is this one currently listed, or is this something you're just thinking about selling?
I'm sorry?
Is this one currently listed for sale by owner too, or are you just thinking about selling it?
It's for sale by owner too.
Okay, so pretty much 220 is what you'd want for both of them.
220 for Glenmore, 225 for Belvedere.
Okay. Let's see. I'm seeing if there's anything else, because that's basically, you gave me all the information like you said on Zillow. I just got to see if that makes sense.
Okay.
Cash close. I'm obviously not represented. There would be no commissions or fees. Would you be willing to split the closing costs?
No, that will be net for me.
Okay,
No
net for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And and if you don't get that from me or anybody else, are you just gonna wait?
Yes, I'm gonna wait or rent it again.
Okay. Well, I guess I just got to run my numbers. You're a hard one to bargain with. You got your number, and if you don't get it, you're gonna wait. And I totally get that.
Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. What is your name so I can save you on my contacts?
Hezi.
Hezi?
H-E-Z. Yes.
Okay. And by the way, where are you looking to go? Because I find properties all over the country. I own a company. Maybe I could sell you something if you're looking.
No, I'm not looking
Okay,
for anything.
Not looking
Thank
at the
you.
moment. Okay. Well, Hezi, I appreciate you, and we'll see what we
Sure.
can do. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. So let's take a look. So she gave me 2 properties that she's selling. This one is apparently on for sale by owner, but I don't see it. So let's take a look at the numbers. in its current condition, she's listing it for where is I got too many dang spreadsheets up. So in its current condition, she's able to get 1,800 for it. Okay. She said she would do 220. Guys, that according to my math, that hits the 1% rule. That it's a 10% return in its current condition. Well, no, hold on. She wanted 225. Well, that I did the math. That's it. Maybe I said she said she had it rented for 1,800. That's great. Yeah. And that's in its current condition. This thing's a piece of trash. Well, not piece of trash, but it's just not updated, right? So if we were able to, put maybe 5 or 10, maybe 15 in there, you'd probably be able to get the rents up. So let's take a look at the numbers. So if you got, let's say you put 240 into it, and you could get up to 2,200. Okay. So the gross rent yield, this meets the criteria of the hedge fund that I'm working with. So maybe I should just put it under contract and see what they say. It meets the criteria that they want a 10, like the 1% rule. Let me look it up. So what I understand, the 1% rule is a 10% gross yield. So what is the 1% rule? 1% rule of real estate investing measures the price of the investment property against the gross income it will generate. For a potential investment to pass 1%, its monthly rent must be equal to no less than 1% of the purchase price. Okay. So there you go. So someone's asking, would you assign this deal or would you keep it for yourself? So I'm not personally at the moment looking for rentals in this area, but potentially I would wholesale this. Yeah, 100%. So I ran the numbers. 1,800, 22. Let's see, for 225,000. I'm gonna call her back. I'm gonna get under contract and we're gonna send it to the hedge fund. I'm gonna tell her I work for a hedge fund, and let's just do it. Let's go.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Oh, my girl Hezzy, she ain't answering now. She said, "Can I call you later?" Yes, I ran my numbers, and it looks like we can let's see. Yes, I ran my numbers and it looks like we can do a deal because it fits my criteria. I wanted to call and ask you about the next steps. Can you call me back? Okay, so let's read this rule again. The 1% of real estate measure, the 1% rule of real estate measures the price of the investment property against the gross income it will generate. So we got right here the gross rental yield, or the gross income. Sorry. So this is what I basically did is the formula is you just take the rent times 12 because that's for the year, and then you divide it by 225. I'm going to ask her to come down to 220. We'll see what she says. All right. And then you go here. But let's see this. For a potential investment to pass the 1% rule, monthly rent must be equal to or less than 1% of the purchase price. So if you run it like this, you get 10%, which is, that makes sense according to what they told me. Yeah, it's very, very, very close. So that's what we're going to do. I just texted her and she is probably in the middle of something. I just said, yeah, I can do it. There's really no games here. It's like, look, it makes sense to me. I can do it. All cash. I work with a hedge fund that buys properties in this area. That's what they're looking for. I ran my math. Looks like we could get it close to the 1%. Well, again, this I feel like this is the 1% rule unless I'm missing something. And she said you can't find that in Decatur. Well, according to this, if we can get the rents up, then it would hit, right? So anyway, cool. Does anyone have any questions for me? I just found a deal. I'm going to get it under contract and send it to the hedge fund. Any questions? Yeah, pretty simple, right? We'll see.
So what's your like assignment spread, do you know of, or would you ask the hedge fund what they want to pay for it?
Exactly.
Okay.
I would go to the hedge fund and I'd say, hey, hedge fund, I got something that's close to your criteria. So yeah, so let's, because what they do is they say, hey, we're willing to hit the 1% rule even if we have to do a bit of repairs. So they're cool with that, right? So a lot of what I'm doing is I'm just sending them stuff to kind of get an idea of what they want. Because again, really you don't really know until you try, right? So I'm gonna try and get it under contract and see what they can. And I think, I know this isn't probably the best thing to teach you guys, but once you get something under contract and you show the seller that you're serious, sometimes renegotiating or being open and honest to be like, hey, I went through there, we did this and it doesn't make sense after everything I looked at, there you're able to kind of negotiate a little bit further because you're closer to the finish line. So don't always lock up people with the expectation to just renegotiate, because that's not honest. But my thought is, if something isn't looking close or it looks really close and I think I can make it work, then get it. And if for some reason you can't, you can just tell them why, right? But someone just said right here, what about repairs? I heard you mention it's a piece of junk. I'm sorry, at work, so I wasn't able to see pictures. Yeah, so I talked to her, and she told me that the house in its current state gets $1,800 a month for rent. Okay, so if the house isn't terrible, it's just outdated, right? So I figured if you were to just fix up the floors and paint, I don't even think, maybe even paint, you can even paint the tile right in the bathroom, like a giant rehab. Just so you probably put in probably 10 to 15,000 to get it nicer to rent. But if she already got 18 for it and didn't have to do any work to it, if you look at the return on your the gross rental yield on your investment, you got 225, and you got 18 because that's what she wants. If I were to wholesale this to the company, let's just say for 5K, okay, I give it to him for 230. I have it at 225. I'm gonna try and get her down to 220 instead of 225. It's a 9% without fixing it up. They might be interested in something like that, or they might say, hey, Nate, you need to get it a little bit lower. Then we can have that conversation. So let's see. I guess what's up, Z Sean? What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hi, what's up, Nathan?
Just made a call.
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I just talked to the seller. Look, that was very easy. So easy come, easy go, in my opinion. And I just told her, hey, let's do it. And she's probably like a little skeptical, but we'll see. I ain't got time to waste though. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna put this lady in our CRM. Oh gosh, too many dang tabs, golly. We're gonna put this lady in our CRM at the moment, so you guys know how to do it. Because again, you need. Let me show you this. For those of you that don't have a CRM, get one. They're bomb. So we're gonna go in here to contacts. We're gonna add. Her name is Hezi. This is her phone number. For sale by owner. She has 2 properties. I don't have her email. I should have asked for her email. And let's go. She's a lead. She is on the Eastern Standard Time. This is for appointments. If you set up appointments, so they're in the right time zone. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we're gonna save that. Okay. I'm also gonna text her too because again, I think she might be a little skeptical. I'd be skeptical if someone's like, "Yeah, I can do it. I ran my numbers." But let's check. I'm gonna call her out on the hesitation. Let's see, 70%. Let's see. Share contact, create a new contact. Hezi. All right, let's read some of the comments in here. So, what about repairs? Okay, we already answered that one. What's your way of calculating ARV? I'm having trouble getting ARV for my properties. Okay, I can explain that to you later. Let's see what here. 1,800 times 12 is 21,000 times 70%, 15 on NOI. Yeah, so what? Solo Dolo. Tell me what your thoughts on that. Like, what's so I see that I get it. Yeah. All right. Is your hedge fund buying in Kansas City area? They aren't, unfortunately. If they are, what price range? Yeah, sorry, man. They're not buying Kansas City. They're buying in Tampa, Dallas. Let's see. Oklahoma City. Okay. So I'm going back to putting her in my CRM. I already got her info. I need to get her email. All right. So now that I have her information here, I need to put the address of the property. She has 2 of them, so I'm going to put that in the notes. So we're here. She's got this one. See, I cannot handle a spreadsheet. I've tried it in the beginning of this challenge because it's free. But if I don't have a way of task management, like something to remind me, I'm going to forget it 100%. I'm going to forget that I talked to the person, what I said, nonstop. Decatur. Let's go. Okay, so then you go over here, you put your notes, you add a new note. Okay, we got my girl Hezi calling. Hi, Hezi, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, Hezi. So I ran my numbers. So I did the math, and it looks like at its current position, if I were just to buy it from you at 225, and it rents for 18, it would be a 10% gross yield, rental yield. And that's pretty close to the numbers that I need to hit. So I think we can work something out.
Okay, sounds good.
But so this is how I work. Just I like to be completely transparent, so there's nothing coming out of the blue at you. Okay.
Okay.
So I personally work. I buy properties myself, but I also work with a hedge fund that's buying a lot of properties in the Decatur area. So what I would like to do is I'd like to go under contract with you, put a closing date for. I usually like to get 30 days. I don't know if that would be okay with you, but what I do is then I do an inspection and I let the people. A walkthrough, and I let the hedge fund that I work with know as well that they can come and see. And depending on whether I want it or they want it, after looking at it, that's kind of where we proceed. So I just kind of wanted to let you know up front.
What's the name of the hedge fund?
I think it's Ari Scape. I have to look it up, but you might even be familiar with them. I'm not sure. Have you talked to some hedge funds?
Your name?
My name is Nathan Payne.
Nathan Payne.
That's correct. Yes.
P-A-Y.
That's right. P-A-Y-N-E.
I'm sorry.
P-A-Y-N-E.
Payne.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't have a problem with closing within 30 days, but due diligence needs to be quick, like within 3 to 5 days.
Oh,
I cannot hold the property for such a long time.
Of course. Yes. I wouldn't want to tie you up or, waste your time either. But if you could give me 5 days from signing, that would be perfect. And if those could be business days, because on the weekend I don't work.
Okay. So 5 days. And we ask for earnest money, at least $5,000 that will be non-refundable after the due diligence. Is that okay?
100%. I don't mind. Obviously we're going to, after due diligence, we're going to move forward. We'll give you non-refundable earnest money.
Okay, okay, sounds good. So you said Belvedere for 225, closing within 30 days, due diligence 5 business days.
Mm-hmm.
And can you, who is your closing attorney?
Mm-hmm. Oh, who's my closing attorney? I have a
Yeah.
couple. Is it okay if I use mine versus? I don't know if you want to use yours, but
Can you send me who is your closing attorney so I can check the area he works at and see if it's convenient?
yes. Let me tell you the name. I have a couple, but let me.
Okay.
They also, you can go and sign in person, but they also do. You can do remote.
Online?
Yeah, they do online or remote.
Okay. Yeah, if they can do online and remote, that will be perfect.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be best for
Okay.
all of us. Okay. And so what I'll do is I'll send you over a contract.
Okay.
It's just a normal real estate purchase contract. It's nothing. It's just purchasing a
Okay.
property as is. Would you like
Okay.
me to send it to you and call you and read it through with you just to make sure you feel comfortable signing?
No, I will give you my email and I will go over it.
Okay. Let me grab your email
Do you
really.
want to text you my email?
Yes, please text me your email, and
Okay.
then I'll get it all prepared. Text me your name, and then I don't know if you have this in an LLC or if you just want me to put.
Yeah, I'll send you. If you leave it blank, I can fill it in.
I think I can do that. Yeah, I can leave it blank. It's going to be through a Panda Doc.
Okay, I can always fill in
Yeah,
whatever is.
I'll leave it for you to fill in. And
Okay.
about the property in the other one, what were you renting that one out for before? Because I don't know if I can pay 220 on that because I don't know if I can get the
Which
return on it. The Barbara Lane.
The Belvedere Lane, you mean?
Oh man, I put Barbara Lane. I'm sorry. It's
No, I don't have Barbara Lane.
Okay, so Belvedere, you're saying?
Belvedere, yeah. So Glenmar was for 1,800. Belvedere Lane was for 1,700.
Belvedere.
As is, with no updates.
It's pretty good. It's really.
Yeah, we did exterior painting and new flooring.
You know what's really interesting? It's not pulling it up when I just type it in online. Have you noticed that? Maybe
Exterior address of this one as well.
I'm sorry.
Maybe just misspelled it or something.
Okay, let me just read it back to you. So 2093 Belvedere Lane.
Yeah, correct.
Decatur, Georgia 30032.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm looking it up and Zillow doesn't pull it up for me to do my research.
The sell by owner got expired or something. Sometimes it happens and you need to renew.
Yeah. Well, okay, and that one you said goes for 17.
Yeah, 17.
Okay.
It's a house. It has a big green porch, like a patio.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, what I'm gonna do is send you the contract for the one that's on Glenmar. I'll put $5,000 non-refundable earnest money after the 5-day due diligence period, and 225 close in 30 days. And then my process. I'm gonna have to go see it with and also the hedge fund, and then if everything checks out after that, we'll close hopefully sooner than 30 days.
Okay, sounds good. So you're going to do everything within the due diligence time?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Nathan, sounds good.
Is there by chance a lockbox on the property so we can go check it out, or how does that work?
I can meet you there. I prefer not to share a lockbox.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I'll meet you there, even if we will go under contract like a day after.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I don't mind. And but by the way, like in order for me to send out the hedge fund and the people that I work with in the area, we would need to sign the contract just so because I actually don't live in Atlanta. I live in Salt Lake. I'm an investor out of Salt Lake, but I'm investing in Atlanta.
Okay. So he's going to see the property during the due diligence, actually.
So I would I'm going to reach out to the hedge fund and they're going to send out one of their inspectors to verify. And then for my team, I'm just going to send one of my employees out there.
I see. Okay, no problem. And what else I want to ask you? I need you to send me a proof of fund as well.
Of course. Of
I
course.
have the money to close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No problem. And is there anything else? I know this is the first time we chatted, but I don't like to waste time. And it seems like you've talked to so many people. So I guess we can just get this going and see if, get it done.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, do you have any other questions for me, Hezi?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll send you that contract right now. And please text me or call me if you have any concerns with the way it's written. I can update it or to anything you want. It doesn't really matter. And then once we get it signed, I'll put you in contact with my attorney and we'll move forward.
Okay. Please mention who is the attorney also on the contract.
Okay. I can do that for sure. Let me write that down so I don't forget.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Okay. We'll be in touch. Okay. So again, I'm totally cool. She's going to give you the due diligence. We're going to put it under contract. We're going to try it. It's not like a home run, obviously, but it's close on the numbers and we're going to give it a shot.
Let's go, man. You're a beast.
And do you see like the complete transparency, right? Like it's like, hey, we're going to walk it. We're going to check it. There's nothing to hide.
Yeah.
This is how people buy real estate. They verify.
That was cool. Like you just did that whole process in 30 minutes.
Right. And it's not it's not too crazy, right? So she wants me to send her proof of funds. So here's my proof of funds letter. Ventures in Nathan Payne Enterprises. There's my proof of funds. So I got to send that to her. I'm going to let her know in the contract. That's about it. So they're looking to hit the 1% rule. That's what they're trying to do, solo dolo. And they're willing to update a property to get to that point too. So they're oh, bro, you live in DeKalb? Well, let's freaking go. Send me some deals and let's work together. Let's go, solo dolo. All right, guys. I actually have a mastermind meeting. That's how busy I am. Like right now, I have to send this contract, but I gotta hop on. That's why I'm almost like, who wants to send this contract for me and let's do the deal together, because I don't have the time. Nick, do you know how to fill out a contract?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
You want to give this a shot, bro? You're on here.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so let me give you I'm trying to think how we can get this done. Because I would have to give you a login to my Panda doc. How about we do this? I can still do it, but I'll also, if I don't get the hedge fund rolling, I'll also give you some buyers and you can try and help me.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
we can do. Okay, I got a roll ski. Hopefully everybody saw that. Again, all I did was I threw the numbers into my calculator. I said, what's the lowest she would take? She kind of gave me her idea. I can renegotiate if I need to. She seems pretty chill. She's an investor. I'll put $1 million down after due diligence as long as I have a buyer, because I'm just going to make the buyer put their money down. So I'm not too worried about the earnest money, because I'm gonna put the money down. I never put down the money unless I'm in Texas and they make you put the money down before you find a buyer. But other than that, you can just use the buyer's earnest money. Yeah. So I got to roll, everybody. Hopefully that was helpful. And
hey, real quick, man. Do you have a purchase agreement that you share with your mentorship members, or?
Of course, brother. You get everything that I own is yours.
Is it under Drive, or do you have to individually?
I think so. If you go over here to the Painless Wholesaling Blueprint that's in the vault of the IP, if you go into right down here under contracts, sorry, it would be under negotiating and making offers. And then it's going to be under contracts once your offer gets accepted, wholesale contract, on market, off market. We're off market, and here it is. Other agreements for wholesaling. So here are some your AB contracts, contracts for, they're all here.
All right, my man. Awesome. Thank you.
That helpful?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Everybody, that's it, man. It's taking action. Just calling for sell by owners. Look, I know this might be stupid to say, like, as I'm teaching you guys, but like, you just got to take action. Do I know that this is 100% a deal? No, I'm getting under contract. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to dispo it. I'm going to kind of get some more buyers and what they want, kind of figure it out a little bit more. But that's what we do. That's what you do. So,
Oh, yeah.
all right, everybody.
All right, brother.
Peace. Have a great day. My contract, by the way, already says that you would put down the earnest money after due diligence. So, later, everybody. Let's crush it.